What's up, faithful 49ers fans? Buckle up because today's video brings a lot to unpack, and it all revolves around one of the most important players on this team, Trent Williams. As we get closer to another season, there's one big question hanging in the air. Is the all-pro left tackle going to show up for OTAs this week? Because let's be honest, whether or not Trent takes the field this season could completely change the outlook for the 49ers. Let's be real here. If Williams is healthy and ready to go, the 49ers should absolutely be playoff bound. I mean, just look at their schedule. On paper, it's not exactly a murderer's row. It's manageable. And with the talent stacked on this roster, they should be able to cruise into the postseason if all the key pieces are in place. And Trent, he's one of the biggest pieces there is. But if he doesn't play, or if injuries slow him down again, this team could find itself in a tough spot real quick. That's not speculation. It's backed by the numbers. Since Trent joined the 49ers in the 2020 season, the team's record without him is 4 wins and 12 losses. That is a brutal drop-off, and it shows just how massive his impact really is. Now, here's where things get even more concerning. Last year when Trent missed time, the backup was Jalon Moore, a decent option, serviceable, someone you could at least count on to not let the entire left side collapse. But Moore is gone now. He signed with the Chiefs. That leaves Andre Dillard as the next man up. And let's just say the confidence level with him isn't quite the same. Dillard hasn't exactly been a world beater in his career so far. And if he's the one tasked with protecting the quarterback's blind side this season, that's a scary proposition. So when the 49ers open up this phase of OTAs and let the media get a glimpse during Thursday's practice, all eyes are going to be looking for number 71. The team has said that Trent did in fact report for phase 1 of the offseason program a few days ago. But here's the thing, there were no photos, no videos, no interviews, no real confirmation other than just a word from the organization. Meanwhile, guys like Christian McCaffrey, Fred Warner, and George Kittle were front and center. Kittle was in beast mode, lifting weights, taking pictures, joking around with teammates. All of that made it online. But Trent? Ghost! Radio silence. That just adds more intrigue. Because the last time fans really saw or heard anything from Trent Williams was way back in October. Since then, he's disappeared from the spotlight. No press conferences, no tweets, no Instagram stories, nothing. The only recent sign of life came a couple of days ago when he was tagged in a photo at a Cadillac dealership in Houston, Texas. He was wearing a 49ers shirt, which is definitely something, but the location says a lot. He's not in California right now, or at least he wasn't when that picture was taken. So while it's great that he's still repping the red and gold, there are still a lot of questions hanging over his status. Now, it's important to point out that OTAs are voluntary. Trent doesn't have to be there. He can skip them entirely and still suit up when the regular season rolls around. Veterans like him have that leeway, and it's not unusual for seasoned pros to sit out early off-season workouts. But here's the catch. If he already made the effort to show up for phase 1, why wouldn't he continue with the program now? That's what fans and analysts are going to be watching for. Does he walk onto the practice field? And if he does, is he actually participating with the rest of the squad? Or is he just on the sidelines observing, maybe doing some light stretching, maybe nothing at all? And then there's the big unknown, his health, specifically those ankles. Trent's been dealing with lower body issues on and off for a while now. He's not a young guy anymore, and playing left tackle at a high level takes a toll, especially when you're asked to be dominant week in and week out. Is he fully recovered? Has he been training at full speed during the offseason, or is he still taking it slow? That's what we're hoping to get answers to when the team hits the field this week. There's also the mental side of things. How locked in is he right now? How motivated is he to grind through another full season? These are not small questions, because even if Trent shows up physically, the mindset matters just as much. When he's locked in, when he's all in with the team, the 49ers offense can hit another level. He's a tone setter, a leader, a guy who can shift the energy of an entire locker room. But if he's checked out even just a little bit, that ripple effect is going to be felt. We're talking about one of the best offensive linemen of this generation. A future Hall of Famer. Someone who has seen it all, done it all, and has nothing left to prove except maybe to himself. And that's why his presence at OTAs, voluntary or not, feels so significant. It's not just about drills or conditioning. It's about setting the tone. It's about showing the younger players that even the biggest names put in the work, that no one is too important to show up and prepare. When Trent Williams walks onto that field, if he does, he's making a statement whether he says a word or not. We'll find out soon enough. The clock is ticking, the media will be watching, and the fans are waiting for any sign of number 71 in action. And even though we're still a few months out from kickoff, the buzz surrounding Trent Williams right now is real, and for good reason. Because while other stars on the roster generate plenty of excitement with their highlight reel plays and personalities, Trent is the kind of player whose impact doesn't always show up on the stat sheet. But without him, everything can start to unravel. That's why this moment, this week, matters more than it might seem at first glance. It's about getting a feel for where things stand. Is he bought in? Is he physically ready? Is he mentally locked in for what could be a defining year in his storied career? And let's not forget, this is not just another season for the 49ers. This is a year where the expectations are sky high. After the heartbreak of coming up short in previous playoff runs, this team knows the window isn't going to stay open forever. Every single piece needs to fall into place, and that includes having Trent Williams fully committed, locked in, and dominant from week one. This roster is still one of the deepest and most dangerous in the entire NFL, but the margin for error is razor thin, and losing a cornerstone like Trent, even for a few games, can tilt the entire balance. Think about how important rhythm is to an offense. The timing, the chemistry, the confidence and protection, none of that works without a solid offensive line. And at the heart of that unit is Trent Williams. He's the anchor, the veteran, the one who makes sure the quarterback can stand tall in the pocket, that the running game has lanes to hit, that the edge rushers are kept at bay. He's the difference between a clean play and a drive-killing sack. And when he's in there, everyone else on that line seems to play better. That's the effect a true leader has. That's what makes his status so crucial. And beyond just protecting the quarterback or opening up running lanes, Trent brings something intangible, a presence, a toughness, a level of confidence that spreads through the huddle. When he's out, there you can see it. The offense walks with a little more swagger. The play calling opens up. The team plays freer, more aggressively. That's not something you can just manufacture or coach into a young backup. That comes with experience, with battles won in the trenches, with the scars of playoff football. Right? Trent Williams has all of that. And if he's ready to bring it again this year, the 49ers ceiling gets a whole lot higher. But here's where things get tricky. Because as much as fans want to see him in uniform, pancaking defenders and leading the charge downfield, there's also the reality that the man has been through a lot. Physically, emotionally, professionally. He's seen the highs and the lows of the game. He's battled injuries. He's fought through personal challenges. He's played through pain and pressure, and he's done it all at an elite level for over a decade. So when he goes quiet in the offseason, when he steps away from the spotlight, maybe that's just his way of recharging. Maybe he's earned that space. But it does leave the rest of us wondering, what's going on behind the curtain? The organization, of course, is going to play it cool. They'll give the standard responses. They'll say they're not worried, that veterans like Trent know how to take care of their bodies, that they're confident he'll be ready when it counts. And maybe they're right. Maybe he strolls onto the practice field this week, looking like he never left, locking down defenders like it's business as usual. But until that happens, the speculation will continue. And with each day that goes by without seeing him in action, the tension ramps up just a little bit more. Meanwhile, this is also an opportunity for the coaching staff to evaluate what they've got behind him. Is Andre Dillard really ready to step into that role if needed? Can they count on him to handle elite edge rushers if Trent has to miss time? Because let's face it, this team has dealt with injuries before, key players going down at the worst possible time. So having depth at offensive line, especially at left tackle, is not a luxury, it's a necessity. And right now, that depth is looking thin. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In the ever-dramatic theater of the NFL offseason, every word from a star player's mouth can spark a wildfire of speculation. And that's exactly what happened this week when San Francisco 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey made a rather unexpected statement about wide receiver Brandon Aiyuk. Speaking to reporters after a routine workout, McCaffrey, known for his measured tone and laser focus, took a surprising detour to heap praise on Aiyuk. "He's just different," McCaffrey said, with a grin that didn't go unnoticed. "The way he moves, the way he sees the field, he's elite. People don't talk about him enough. In a league where locker room dynamics are often closely guarded and praise is typically doled out in diplomatic doses, McCaffrey's enthusiastic endorsement raised eyebrows. Was it just a teammate giving credit where credit is due? Or could there be more to the story?" Around Levi's Stadium, insiders have started murmuring that Aiyuk's development this offseason has been impossible to ignore. With Deebo Samuel drawing most of the headlines in recent years, Aiyuk has quietly polished his craft. Could 2025 be the year he steps out of the shadows and takes the WR1 role by storm? There are even whispers that Kyle Shanahan might be reshaping parts of the offensive scheme to exploit Aiyuk's growing dominance in route running and separation skills. If McCaffrey's saying that publicly, one anonymous NFC West scout hinted, imagine what the staff is seeing behind closed doors. It's all speculation for now. But in a league obsessed with matchups and momentum, McCaffrey's comments have added a fresh layer of intrigue to the 49ers' already potent offense. Could Brandon Aiyuk be the key to unlocking a new dimension in San Francisco's attack? As training camp looms and whispers grow louder, one thing is certain: Brandon Aiyuk is no longer just another name on the roster. And thanks to McCaffrey's unexpected praise, the NFL world is paying attention. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.